This haircut is so bad, bro.
I don't know what today's gonna look like, but I figured I'd bring you guys along and make a video out of it. Alright, so it is Monday, May 26th, and today we have an 8-mile easy run, and we're also traveling to Switzerland later today. We're actually just flying to Houston today and then going to Switzerland the next day. So the plan is to fly to Houston today at like 6:30 p.m. and then once we get to Houston, gonna stay with some friends there, and then tomorrow evening we're gonna end up flying to Geneva. Running wise, I'm not really sure what to expect from this week, because there's gonna be times where I'm not able to run, and I think that's okay. I'm not super stressed about that. If I miss a couple days, it's not the end of the world. I'll be back next week and I'll be continuing to train. Pretty much just wanted to make a video today going through a basic Monday, what I usually do. Usually I'm lifting on Mondays too, so I'm usually running and lifting, but today, like, I don't have a gym membership yet, and it doesn't make sense to like start one right now, especially like leaving, and so maybe I'll get one whenever I get back. But for now, I've kind of just been doing bodyweight stuff, and it's been good, so maybe I'll do some of that today. But I've got a lot of stuff I got to get done before I leave for the airport, so I figured I'd make a video and take you through what my day looks like on a Monday. Today, I got to finish up a video for a brand campaign I've got on Instagram with Peloton. So if you guys didn't already know, I'm a Peloton ambassador, so I have a Peloton bike, which is actually behind me in the room over there. I use it for like cross-training days. I used it yesterday for just like an easy ride, just because I usually take Sundays off, but I still like to do something. So I just hopped on the Peloton for a little bit of a ride. I don't have Wi-Fi at the house right now, so I'm having to run it off of like an iPhone hotspot, which isn't the most ideal way to do things. I don't know what today's gonna look like, but I figured I'd bring you guys along and make a video out of it. So it's raining outside right now, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a strength workout on the Peloton Strength app. The thing about it is, like, the Peloton Strength app is super cool because it has all these workouts that you can do based upon the equipment that you have. So if you have no equipment and you just have body weight, it will produce like a 20-minute upper body workout that you can do. Same with like lower body stuff. So it's something I've been using to train and do my strength training, and they also have stuff like you can go to the gym and it'll give you like an exact workout based upon what your goals are. And so, like I said, I don't have a gym membership right now, so having something where it's like, oh, try these workouts, try to do this, and try to do these push-ups and do this core routine or whatever you're trying to do, having that as an option is like super nice. So that's probably what I'm about to do right now. See what they can cook up for me. Alright, so it's definitely still raining, but I gotta get this running. So honestly, I like the rain. Kind of cools you off, keeps the heart rate low, makes the effort feel a lot easier. I don't know when it's supposed to actually stop, but if I just sit around all day and wait for it to stop, that's probably exactly what I would do. I'd just sit around all day and wait for it to stop. So I was like, we just gotta get out and get it done. This run's feeling pretty good. I mean, miles are just flying by. Already mile 4. I've been about 7 minutes a mile. It's been enjoyable. This neighborhood's so hilly. So it's so good. I'm just running some miles, and it's just kind of like all just flowing. All right, so made it all the way. Finish it up. Made it to 8.14 miles and 7:01 per mile. So very chill. Probably the easiest run I have ever done.
as far as like the way it felt, not like pace wise or anything, but as far as the way that felt, that was probably one of the easiest runs I have ever done or done in a very long time, and just felt so smooth, so relaxed. And the rain definitely helped. But yeah, now I'm about to head back to the house and go inside.
Gonna get my protein. Beautiful stuff right here. Creatine as well. It never stopped raining. It kept raining pretty hard. I don't know if I was kind of like expecting it to stop. Whenever I checked the weather last night, it looked like it wasn't gonna rain this morning, but it's just continued to rain nonstop. But one thing I found is that a lot of people struggle with running by themselves, and for me, like most of my life, most of my running career, I've been on a team, so I haven't had that struggle, I haven't had that issue. But a lot of people struggle with the motivation of getting out the door in the morning. And now, like, I'm not on a team anymore, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm having to like face that exact same thing. But for me, like, if you have that goal that you're going after, if you have that thing that you're trying to go after, like for me, it's the marathon. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to train for Grandma's marathon. It's in 6 weeks. It has this deadline. And if I can set that deadline for myself of like, okay, I have to be in the best shape of my life in 6 weeks. If I can set a deadline like that and have that defined finish where I'm like, okay, this is the goal that I'm going after. I want to run a marathon in 6 weeks. I want to run a marathon in 12 weeks, 16 weeks. I'm training for the fastest 5K of my life in 8 weeks. Whatever that goal is, it's like whenever you put that time on it and you're like, oh, this is the time frame I'm confined to, and whenever you commit to that, it gives every run meaning and purpose to the point where you don't necessarily need like this external motivation, this external, like, you don't have to run with somebody on your run in order to feel motivated to do it. And a lot of people think that you have to be running with a group, you have to be doing all this. I'm like, no, like for me, like a lot of my motivation comes from setting those hard deadlines and those hard goals. And I'm a pretty motivated person as it is, so maybe that's more so what it comes down to. But whenever I can set those hard deadlines and those hard goals and be like, yeah, this is what I'm going after, this is what I'm trying to run, this is the time I'm trying to achieve. The only way I'm gonna achieve it is if I run X amount of miles per week and I do X amount of workouts per week. Then whenever I set those goals, it's like, this is just what has to be done. It is now an integrated part of my life. I'm going to run this 8 miles. I'm gonna run this 16 mile, 20 mile, 18 mile long run. I'm going to do these things. It's not a question of am I gonna do it, it's a question of when am I gonna do it, and I know I'm gonna do it. Like, it's now just a part of my life. It's now integrated into what I'm doing in my everyday life. So that's where a lot of my motivation comes from. If you do want that community and you want someone to run with and you want a running partner, like find somebody else who's training for the same marathon that you're training for, or find someone else, or invite somebody to train for the same marathon that you're training for, so then you do have somebody to go and get those runs in with. Or if you're in a community of people, like a run club or something, and then those people may reach out and be like, hey, we have a group meeting up on Thursday at 6 p.m. that's logging some miles if you want to come join us. That's the type of thing. And hopefully in the future, like I can start some run clubs maybe, or start like some running groups where I can get some people together and we can go and run some miles in Jackson and find some like good areas to get some miles in. There's some really good spots around here, like the reservoir that was in the last video, and then some of the neighborhoods in the area are just like super nice. So it'd be cool to like get a group together, meet at like 8 a.m. on Saturdays, get some coffee after. I think that would be a fun experience. That's a little bit further down the line, I think, right now. I want to get done with this marathon training, marathon prep first, and I'm kind of busy over the next few weeks. But then once I'm done with the marathon, maybe we can start these more casual run clubs. We can just meet up and go for runs on Saturdays, or maybe like Wednesday afternoons or something along those lines, where we can get a lot of people together in the Mississippi community to come together and get some runs in. So that's my thoughts right now. I need to go to the store and get some eggs and some breakfast stuff. I'm having a protein shake to hold me over for now, just because you need to get that protein after you break all the muscles down. Once I have that, we'll come back here, cook a little bit, and then I'll finish packing, finish up a couple videos, and I'll probably do interviews. So a lot of people wonder how I record my videos on Instagram, and so I'm gonna do that right now, which I have this blue snowball microphone right here that I got probably 6 years ago on Amazon, and it probably costs $30 back then, and now I think it costs like $15. And so the whenever I do voiceover, I use this microphone, and it sounds incredible somehow. But yeah, I haven't had any issues with it, so I haven't had a need to upgrade. Like, it sounds good enough for what I do to where I'm like, I could buy a really nice microphone and probably upgrade my sound quality. The sound quality is good enough where it doesn't matter, so I can produce good enough stuff to where I'm like, oh, this microphone gets the job done. But what I do, I have like a script that I'll write out, usually on my phone, or I'll type it on the computer and then transfer it to my phone, and then I'll read from the phone into the microphone, and then I do it directly into Final Cut Pro. There's actually like a window option up here, and then I can hit record voiceover. So this right here records directly into the editing software. It makes life simpler because I don't have to worry about like going and finding the audio and dragging it in, or like recording it someplace else and importing it or anything. I just record it directly into the software. And so it's really a seamless process. I've refined it through the hundreds of videos that I've made on Instagram to where I'm like, okay, we're set. Like we can make some good stuff. I got my script here and I'm about to record some stuff. So we'll see what happens. When I wake up in the morning, movement is the goal. Whether it's the first thing I do or a workout I've got planned later in the day, the benefits of working hard and breaking a sweat are clear. Take number one. Actually sounded pretty good. Sometimes I struggle over the words, but that was pretty smooth. Recently, I've really been enjoying the guided classes from Bradley Rose, and they've been a great and engaging addition to my training. And then I think sometimes the audio messes up, so it hadn't actually started yet, so now I have to redo that take. Technical difficulties. I just finished recording the audio, and now I'll go into the equalizer, like the EQ, and I'll bring up the bass a little bit, balance everything out to what's best for this microphone, and then I'll lower the volume in like the music, and so I'll bring the music down to like 12 decibels, like negative 12 decibels, and then I'll have the audio, the voiceover will now be like the dominant element in the video. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I'll go into the voiceover and I'll raise this up. This on this left side, this is all like the bass kind of, is the best way I can explain it. And then as we get further over, we get more into some of the higher elements. So then we get this kind of sound. When I wake up in the morning, movement is the goal. Whether it's the first thing I do or a workout I've got planned later in the day. So yeah, pretty epic. That's kind of how I go about making the videos. And then I have an auto caption generator where it generates the captions. I drag them over the top of the timeline, and then I go through and adjust them, and I adjust the size, and I make sure it all works. So yeah, that's pretty much how I have everything set up. It's a fun little process, and it's a fun way to like make these videos. But I've gotten it down to a science now where I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I have to do in order to make like a Brock Kelly video, and I know exactly what it has to look like. And so yeah, it's a fun little thing to do, and this one is obviously like a paid promotion for Peloton. And that's where a lot of my income comes from. It's like these brand partnerships with Peloton and New Balance and companies like that. They pay me a set amount, and then I create content for them over whatever the agreed upon period is. And that's how I'm able to like generate enough income to do this full time. And it's kind of just a crazy world that I didn't really know existed. And now I'm like, oh, wait, this is a real thing. You can actually make money with this. And it's like, oh, I can do what I love doing and also make money with it and pay my rent and pay my groceries and all these other things and build a presence on social media, which can allow me to build a brand, which is just exactly what I've been wanting to do for most of my life. And it's just kind of a cool thing. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up some of the final elements on this video, make sure the colors look good in each of the clips, and then gonna send it over to Peloton and see what they think. All right, got everything packed up. Now I'm ready to roll out of here and head to Houston. So yeah. Classes start this week, which kind of sucks because I have to do assignments while I'm abroad, which is I just want to finish up this I gotta finish up this master's program. I don't even know if I'm gonna use this master's degree. It's just an MBA, so if I ever want to get like a corporate job, like I can. But I just don't see myself getting a corporate job. I see myself just doing something different. entrepreneurial that doesn't necessarily require an MBA. But, you know, I guess I'm learning stuff. I'm taking a class on fraud examination and an economics class. So I like economics. That's one of my favorite classes I've taken. That was one of my favorite classes in undergrad, but now taking it in a master's level course, which I think is pretty similar to the undergrad course, honestly. So it should be good. It shouldn't be too hard of a course. It should be kind of a refresher on the things that I already know and I've already studied.
This haircut is fresh, so bad, bro.
It's perfect. The fade is perfect.
I don't know how he has that haircut, but dude, that's so bad. Alright, it's another day of training. I'm in Houston, Texas. Just woke up like 10 minutes ago. Out the door. About to start running. Looks like I might get rained on, which is fine. I don't really mind. Think about these runs. I feel like the first couple miles are free real estate. Just because you like wake up and roll out of bed, you're still asleep for miles like 1, 2, and 3. And then it feels weird for like 3 miles. Then you only have 2 miles left. So we're like 6.5 miles in, getting close to the end. It's not too bad out here. I'm so surprised by the weather. I was like, oh, I'm going to Houston. It's gonna be like 90 degrees by 8 a.m. Like a storm moved through. It's like super cool out here. It's like 70. I'm like, all right, I can get used to this. Closing in on last 0.15. Almost there. All right, that was 8 miles at 7:04 a mile. I think my first mile was like 7:56. So I think I cut down to like the 6:40s for the last few miles. But yeah, good 8 mile run. And now we're getting ready to head off to Switzerland. So we leave this evening and it's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to it. But yeah, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll be here all summer. See you guys in the next one.